Hey, welcome to Su Vida. I'm Vanessa Ramirez. The new year's a great time to set new goals, whether that's focusing on your physical health, your mental health, or even creating a new hobby. It's always fun to start the new year with positive intentions. We're at Phoenix Forge, a community makerspace, and we can't wait to show you everything they have to offer. Today on Su Vida. Joining us now is Lucas Anderson, the Marketing and Community Engagement Manager here at Phoenix Forge. Oh my gosh, this place is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it is pretty special. We are really lucky to be here in downtown Phoenix, and we're really grateful for our community of creators who make this place possible.
Okay, so what is a makerspace?
So a makerspace is an open creative community. So we've got powerful equipment, expert staff, and basically everything that you need to bring your idea to life. So it works kind of like a gym. You have a monthly membership, but instead of working out your, arms and legs, you're going to be flexing your creative muscles here.
Okay, so who can come and create here in this space?
So we're powered by Gateway Community College, but it's really open to anyone. So students, artists, entrepreneurs, or maybe you just want to create something fun, you can come here, learn, and make whatever you want.
Okay, when I look around, there's a lot of different activities. So what types of classes do you have available here?
So the special thing about a makerspace is that everything is all in one place. So it can be kind of overwhelming right when you step in, but that's kind of what makes a makerspace special, is that one day you can be in the wood shop or the metal shop, the next day you're learning sewing and jewelry making, or maybe you're trying out 3D printing for the first time. So each area has a basic introductory course that gets you familiar with the materials, the tools and techniques, and gets you set up for your own project. So we kind of let you loose and make on your own.
Okay, so you just mentioned an introductory course, so you do not have to have experience to come here to Phoenix Forge?
Not at all. Again, we serve all types of people. That's students who have never touched this material before, and also hobbyists and artists who have been working in these spaces for their whole lives.
So if it's someone's first time walking in through the doors here to create, what is one class that they should try out first if they're not experienced?
Well, once you start your membership, everyone takes that basic orientation, but my favorite class is definitely starting in the wood shop. It is such a easy way to start and get your hands a little bit dirty, a little bit dusty, and the tools kind of do everything for you in there. I thought I was not a very good woodworker, then I started here, and now I'm making cutting boards.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah.
I need a new charcuterie board, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what makes this place so unique?
Well, we operate on a project-based learning model. So you might take an art class somewhere else and you're in for 8 weeks and you're working on one project, but here again, our classes are really a springboard for your creativity and your project. So one-day classes, learning the basics, and then we have our expert staff to be with you when you're here on your own and help you troubleshoot, help you come up with ideas, and learn as you go.
You mentioned a membership, so how can someone come in here and create?
Yeah, so the first thing you want to do is come check out the space, obviously. You can go onto our website, phxforge.com. You can schedule a tour. You can also look at those membership options we have. Or if you want to get a taste for what we do here, you can come to one of our monthly open shop nights where you can experiment on one of our pieces of equipment or just learn about the space.
Perfect, I love it. Okay, well 2025 is the year to get creative. If you want to learn more, go ahead and visit phxforge.com. Thank you, Lucas, and we'll be back with more Su Vida right after this.
Su Vida is brought to you by Sands Chevrolet. Sands is the one. And Chicanos por la Causa. We are CPLC.
The new year is also a wonderful time to reflect on the amazing moments from last year. In 2024, we visited a lot of cool places, ate delicious food, and met so many amazing people doing fantastic things in the community. One of my favorite places that we visited is Almost There Rescue. These puppies are so cute. Joining me now is Tiffany, the Communication and Outreach Director at Almost There Rescue. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Okay, so the mission here at Almost There is to save mom dogs and their puppies, provide care and enrichment, and also help them find forever loving homes. So why is it so important to focus on mom dogs and their puppies?
Yes, when we first started, our founder was volunteering at a bunch of different rescues, and she was just asking them, what is your need? Like, what do you need most of? And all of them, without a doubt, said we need space and time for the mom dogs and the puppies. So we created this place specifically for them. Our kennels are specifically designed very big, so they have this space to roam together. And like the time that moms need with their puppies, it can be up to 2 months, and that's a long time for a shelter to give food, to give medical care, to give vaccines, all of that during that time. So we can kind of take that weight off of the other shelters that aren't designed.
So what happens next after you rescue a mom dog and her pups?
Yeah, so how our intake process works, we find these dogs from all over, whether that is strays, pulled from other rescues, from hoarding situations, own dogs, if they find themselves pregnant. So they'll come in, they're checked out by our medical team, they'll get all the vaccines, and then from there they'll go into a specific kennel for them, and then they'll stay on site for up till the puppies are 10 weeks old.
Okay.
And then during that time they're getting a lot of care and enrichment. We do puppy preschool with them, which is really fun. And it's also major for their development. It doesn't help them health-wise, but also behavior-wise, exposing them to age-appropriate sounds, objects, different materials. And so then the goal is long-term, they'll be well-rounded, socialized dogs that are ready for their forever home.
Okay, so what if someone wants to adopt one of the puppies?
Yes, definitely. So, like I said, once the puppies reach 10 weeks old, they're all eligible for adoption, as well as their mama dogs. And so how that works is you'll go onto our website, it's just almosttherescue.org. From there, you'll go to the Adopt tab and then schedule an appointment. Once your appointment is scheduled, you'll come in at that time. You'll get to meet whoever fits your application. Our adoptions team is great. They'll answer all your questions, fit you with the perfect match, and then you can adopt your puppy and bring them home right then.
If we're not ready to adopt a dog right now, how can we still support the mission?
Yeah, so there's many ways to get involved. You can get involved through volunteering, fostering, donating, and then we also host really fun events. So volunteering, you get to come on site, play with the mom dogs, play with the puppies, give that care and enrichment, or you can also help out with fun things like events, fundraising, and then fostering is great because you get your puppy fix without the commitment of adopting. That's just a few week long period. We supply you with everything you need. And then of course events. We host puppy yoga once a month, so that's a fun way just to come and play with puppies. And then donating, we're a small nonprofit, so any donations we get just helps us save more dogs.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that information today.
Thank you.
Last year, we ate good, and I mean good. Chef Jorge from Mariscos a Todo Mar has all the secrets to creating the best aguachiles and Sinaloa-style mariscos.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jorge Antonio. I am chef and owner of Mariscos a Todo Mar here in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona. I'm originally from Sinaloa, Mexico, the birthplace of mariscos, and we're bringing all those delicious flavors to your palate every visit. Today, I want to make for you a delicious red spicy aguachile. Come join me. All right, folks, today we're gonna be making our very popular and spicy red aguachile. It's very important that we use very fresh seafood that we actually get imported. For instance, this octopus here, we get it from Sonora. We get our beautiful shrimp imported from Sinaloa, and our scallop, our callo de hacha, which is the king of seafood there, we get it imported from Sonora. It's very important to utilize really fresh seafood in order to have a very balanced overall dish. These spices we're actually going to be utilizing for our sauce that we're going to be making. As I mentioned, it's going to be a spicy dish, but we also want to balance it out with some crispy vegetables. We got the chiltepin, we have the chile de árbol, we have the sea salt, we have the coarse peppercorn there. And lastly, we're going to be utilizing some citrus to give it a nice cure for our shrimp. We go through 4 different types of citruses to give it a good balance. We have the orange, we have the yellow lemon, we have the key lime, which is the sour component, and then we have that Persian lime as well. So I'm excited to get this ready for you folks. Follow me into the kitchen. All right, so we got our beautiful shrimp here that we've already deveined, cleaned, washed. We're gonna throw it in there with some delicious citrus that we've already squeezed. And the key component here is we don't want the shrimp to be swimming in the juices for too long because we want to keep it as fresh as possible. And here we're just tossing some crispy red onions, some beautiful cucumbers, a little bit of that tomato. And this dish here definitely takes me back to just growing up in Sinaloa. This is something that it was my to-go anytime I found myself around fresh seafood. And we're gonna throw some delicious octopus right on top of it all. Fresh scallop. And we are almost to the finish line, folks. Give it a nice little stir. And lastly, we're just gonna season it up a little bit. All right, there you have it, folks. Our delicious red aguachile ready to be enjoyed. And nothing goes better with it than this delicious, refreshing, made-to-order lemonade that we make here in-house. So refreshing, perfect with this aguachile. Thank you so much for allowing me to cook for you today. And be sure to visit us here in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona.
Don't go away. We'll be back with more Su Vida right after this. In 2024, we celebrated so many different moments, from birthdays, engagements, and promotions. And in a Mexican household, mole is more than just a meal. It's a symbol of celebration. And our friends at Cielo Rojo have mastered the perfect blend of spices to create the best mole. Check it out.
Hello, my name is Emmanuel Maldonado. I am the owner here at Cielo Rojo. We are a restaurant that specializes in authentic mainland Mexican cuisine. Today, I'd love to show you how we cook our mole negro we make from scratch daily. Let's do it. Mole all over Mexico varies depending on where you're from, whether the north, the south, more than anything, who your family is, who taught it to you. Mole for me has always been a memory of my aunts, of my grandma, of my mom. So when I created mole for Cielo Rojo, it was important to balance out my memories with that authentic flavor that people know and love. For example, our mole that we make from scratch in-house contains 21 ingredients. Today we have a few that I'd love to show you. We have our peanuts, which create the base for the mole. We have natural peppercorn that adds spice. Cumin, which allows good depth to any plate. Toasted sesame for presentation and for a nice crunch at the first bite. Chile for the spice. Estrella de anís for the aroma that it provides. Chocolate to provide sweet taste. We have almonds that add to the peanuts, they work in unison. We have cinnamon to add to the depth of the sweetness. Pepita. Pepita allows for a little more balance, and the oil that comes off from it blends really well into the main base. And of course, cloves or clavos. These allow another aroma apart from the estrella de anís. And of course, these are not all the ingredients. There are a total of 21, but can't give you all of them. They're a secret. Want to make sure we have our Mexican rice right here. Then we begin with our mole. Can't go wrong with a little pickled onion. Toasted sesame at the end is key. And if you're Mexican like me, can't go wrong with even more chili. Cheers. And that's it. That's our mole negro. Thank you so much for the opportunity to let me cook for you guys today. Hope to see you here at Cielo Rojo soon. Before you go, I have to tell you about another dish you must try when you visit Cielo Rojo. This is our carne apache. Carne apache is a steak tartare marinated in lime, pico de gallo. It's a must try when you visit Cielo Rojo.
One of my favorite Chicanas por la Casa programs that we learned about last year is their parenting education program, where they empower parents to raise healthy and successful children.
When I was growing up, my mother and my dad were not there for us. And I don't want my grandkids to grow up like that. I have 7 grandkids that I have custody of, and I have 2 great-granddaughters. They all live with me. My kids' ages is from 2 to 18. I've been coming to Parenting Arizona for 10 years. Everything I've learned here has helped me a lot, you know, with the classes, with the socials, and, you know, everything that they do here helps. It helps a lot. Bringing my kids here before they went to kindergarten, they learn how to color, how to, you know, pay attention, sit down and listen to somebody read to them. They learned a lot with that, and I really liked it because when they started going to kindergarten, they knew how to, you know, sit down, listen, and sit in a group where they would read a book. And they do that. They learn how to do that here, and then they were doing it at school. On workshops that they do with the grown-ups, you know, like child development, their emotions and stuff, it helps me to be able to relate to them. With Kylie, you know, she's a girl, you know, her emotions, because a lot of the times you're like, you go through a day, you don't even think about how they feel or what's troubling and stuff like that. And a lot of the classes help you how to help them with their emotionals, you know, with their thinking. I took some classes from my teen, and it was for drug prevention, alcohol, and trying to get themselves out of trouble, prevent them from, you know, doing stuff that they're not supposed to be doing. To Renato, I am so grateful he's here. I love him. I like the way he is, like the way he relates to the kids, you know. And when Nathan's 15 now, when he comes in, it's, "Hi, Nathan," and Nathan's like, "Hi."
How are you? We have services across the state, and that runs the range, right? Not when we say parents, we're talking about all caregivers. We're talking about foster parents, we're talking about grandparents, we're talking about parents, tias, tios, everybody that is involved, right? Because we're not telling parents how to parent. We're giving them different tools that they can use so that we can also fill in those gaps of any information. So I think the most important thing is to connect with those spaces, to connect with the people in your community, to connect with your neighbors. But it can be hard to ask for help for yourself. So my biggest piece of advice is gonna be seek that connection and ask for help.
For more information, go ahead and visit cplc.org. Stick around, we got more Su Vida coming up right after this.
Su Vida is brought to you by Sands Chevrolet. Sands is the one. And Chicanos por la Causa. We are CPLC.
Hi, I'm Luna, prototyping specialist here at Phoenix Forge. I've been designing products and making art for a little over a decade. One of my most recent projects that I created here at Phoenix Forge is a 3D scan of myself that I turned into an Apple Watch charger. I used the 3D scanner and 3D printer that we have here at Phoenix Forge to bring this to life. It was such a random idea, but once it was in my brain, I had to bring it to life. If you're looking to create something here with your own two hands, come to Phoenix Forge.
Welcome back to Su Vida. I'm Vanessa Ramirez. Today we're hanging out at Phoenix Forge, a community makerspace in downtown Phoenix where we can get creative this year. We're also taking a look back at some of the amazing places that we visited last year. And one of those places that we will revisit again is Chicanos por la Causa's Community Center. With all its wonderful enrichment activities, it's a place for family empowerment.
I am the mother of 3 kiddos, and they've been coming to the Chicanos Community Center for 5-6 years now. I grew up in this neighborhood, went to Carhaden myself, and have been coming here and having the kids come for all these years now. The 12-year-old has obviously been coming the longest. He really enjoyed the STEM activities, and the 9-year-old, the arts, the painting, she completely loves all of that. And the 6-year-old was just dying to be old enough to start coming, so now that she's old enough, she's just soaking it all in. They come to the center and they can go outside and shoot hoops or be on the playground, but also just to have a place to decompress and have people that are keen to their needs. The most valuable aspect that I see here is the sense of belonging to something, a place where you can identify yourself with the staff, the culture here, the values. For me, that was really important, especially with my children as minorities. They are growing up in a space where they're not necessarily feeling like a minority, but also working on ways to empower them to be comfortable in their own skin, so that when they're in other spaces, that they are still having a strong sense of themselves, their identity, and pride of where they come from, and the people that look like them and have similar values. Looking ahead in our continued involvement at the center, I would love for us to find more time to be here and to give back as much as we've received, because when you have people that care and they run this place with their heart, and you see a lot of people willing to make meals and come and help with the garden or help clean up the center, and just that sense of pride, because it is something that everybody's pitching in to help. And I want them to start learning that you need to be part of solutions and just take care of what we've built together.
Because this community center has been in the community for over 25 years, it's really cool to see the circle of services. So, for example, we've had parents that are now using our services by enrolling their own youth into our after-school program or maybe our summer camp program, because they used to come to the community center and they have fond memories and positive experiences. We have grandparents that live in the neighborhood and are volunteers, and that's how they connected their grandchildren to us. And it's just been a really great way to see how the whole child, whole family approach has impacted these families through generations.
To learn more about CPLC's Community Center, go ahead and visit cplc.org. Thank you all for joining us today. We had so much fun taking a trip down memory lane with you and learning new ways to get creative here at Phoenix Forge. We hope that your new year is off to a fantastic start, and we can't wait to see you on the next Su Vida. Now it's time for me to make that charcuterie board. Bye.